spiritual intelligence coded into your cells, wisdom that gets activated when the time is right. And your time came whether you felt ready or not. These people made their first move thinking you'd fold immediately. They sent binding spirits first, the kind of entities they've used to control senators and silence whistleblowers. Demonic frequencies designed to hijack your nervous system, make you feel disconnected, anxious, like you're losing your grip on reality. They wanted you hearing voices, seeing things, doubting your own mind. Classic tactics. Break someone's mental foundation and they become easy to manipulate or eliminate, but something they didn't account for happened. Those entities couldn't stick to you. Your energy field, whether you consciously knew it or not, was operating at a frequency that repelled their darkness like oil and water. You might have felt the pressure, the weight of spiritual attacks pressing against your consciousness, but you never broke. Your mind stayed sovereign. That right there sent shockwaves through their entire network. So they escalated because panic makes people sloppy, even when they're supposed to be experts. They started working earth magic on your physical body, targeting your bones, your organs, trying to manifest disease and chronic pain, water magic on your finances, attempting to dry up every source of abundance in your life, fire magic in your relationships, planting seeds of conflict and suspicion. They threw everything at you. Ancient practices pulled from grimoires that most occultists don't even know exist. Rituals that required sacrifices we won't even speak about here. The kind of dark workings that have toppled kings and destroyed empires. And you know what happened? You got stronger. Every attack they sent seemed to activate something deeper in you. Like your soul remembered battles from lifetimes ago and knew exactly how to counter their moves without you even consciously trying. Now here's where it gets really interesting, and this is where their fear turned into obsession. One of them, a high-ranking practitioner with millions in the bank and connections that reach into government agencies, they made a critical mistake. This person decided to do direct love magic on you, not the gentle kind, the obsessive, possessive type designed to make you a puppet. But magic always has laws, even dark magic, and one of those laws is that you can't control what outranks you spiritually. The spell backfired with such force that now this practitioner is literally losing their mind. The very entities they sent to bind you turned around and latched onto them instead. Now they're walking around hearing voices, seeing shadows, experiencing the exact psychosis they tried to inflict on you. Karma doesn't just knock on the door for people like this. It kicks it down and moves in permanently. Their whole organization is in chaos right now, and you need to hear this part clearly. These aren't just random attacks from jealous individuals. This is an entire network that's been harvesting energy from humanity for generations. They understand something most people never learn. Energy is currency. Human life force, especially from children and people with pure spiritual signatures, can be extracted and used to extend life, maintain power, fuel rituals that reshape reality itself. This is why certain children disappear and never get found, why certain bloodlines seem to have unnatural advantages, why some people in power look like they haven't aged in decades. They've been feeding off collective human energy like vampires, and they've built entire systems, legal, medical, governmental, to facilitate this harvesting while keeping the masses completely unaware. You weren't just a target, you were supposed to be a resource. But you have something they can't steal and can't replicate through any ritual. If this message hits your spirit, hype this